Good afternoon, everybody, and a warm welcome to all of you, and thank you for joining us here today for our panel discussion. The topic that we will be discussing today is the modular approach for the scalable data center solutions with optimized mobility. So if we look into the global digital landscape, I think for the data center, you'll hear a few keywords very often. That is agility, efficiency, and sustainability. So today at our session, we will be discussing the significant trends, challenges, and the solutions, not only on the global scale, but also the local focus on the Polish markets. My name is Judy Wu from Delta Electronics, and I have the honor to be your moderator for today. And joining us together with our esteemed panelists, Mr. Radosław Putera, the CTO from Atman.
Dzień dobry.
Welcome. Mr. Piotr Szybel, the Associate Electrical Engineer at ARUP. Welcome.
Dzień dobry.
Mr. Michał Semeniuk, the Country Head for Delta Electronics EMEA.
Dzień dobry, good afternoon.
And Mr. Ivan Bekavac, the Technical Sales Manager at Delta Electronics EMEA.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you very much. So without further ado, let's kick off the discussion today, shall we? So on the data center industrial landscape, Ivan, can you share with us what are the key major trends that's shaping the global data center industry, and what are the challenges that the sector needs to address?
So first, hello to the audience, and thank you everyone for being here. Going back to the question, so the data center industry is in fact being shaped by two major elements, which is energy efficiency and sustainability. These trends are not just a response from the data center industry on the regulatory policies, but also they are a reaction to improve its environmental footprint and to minimize it. The data centers are by their nature very energy intensive industry, and by adopting renewable energy sources, innovative cooling solutions and similar, we are improving the energy efficiency. This is not only because of the operational costs, but also to meet the public expectations for the industry to operate more responsibly. Together with these trends, we also have certain challenges in the industry, such as power grid limitations, limited availability of land for expansion, somewhere also shortage of skilled personnel, and we can see these challenges across Europe. The data centers are, in fact, the backbone of our digital transformation. So they are supporting everything from cloud computing, artificial intelligence, entertainment industry, and so on. And also, it is interesting to see how these broader shifts in technology are impacting the infrastructure and also pushing the computing near to the users and actually resulting in edge data centers.
Thank you, Ivan. I think these are some very key trends that we're seeing, also the challenges. Radosław, from your experience from Atman, do you see any of these reflecting to the Polish markets?
Yeah, in Polish market we have a lot of challenges, but one of the most we are seeing is to get to our data center the best quality as we can, because till now in Poland we are familiar with that we have in this part of the Europe when we have the cheap technology, cheap labor cost. That's why the investment are located just here. But currently hyperscalers coming, new technology is coming. There is no even second to think about the poor or even middle-low quality. We have to have the high quality. So the high quality is now the biggest challenge to how to achieve it in every aspect. That's why we are starting from the beginning, means from the design, so very high quality 3D design. Then we have to install everything with proper quality, and on the end we have the 5 or even 6 level of the commissioning, and we have to test it before we launch everything to be happy for the next 10 or 20 years up and running constantly data center. Doesn't matter it's the age, modular edge data center in urban city, or it's a big factor near Warsaw or whatever in Poland, when we have 20, 40, or 60 megawatts of the data center. So the quality is the first thing, and the second thing is regarding the challenging here in Poland is the law, unfortunately, because when we want to start digging the ground for the foundation, before that we have to achieve first the design, then the environmental permit. The average time to get the environmental permit here in Poland is 1 year. Yes, 1 year means 12 months, unfortunately. Then water permit, then building permit. So before we start digging the ground, it's 2 years only for the paperwork, minimum. So from the investment perspective, 2 years before, it's a lot of time. And when we want to hurry up and we want to catch our colleagues from Frankfurt, Amsterdam, Paris, and London, so we have to do something with this, let's say, red tape paperwork during the local municipality or on the country level or local level.
Indeed, Radoslav, you mentioned a lot of challenges, but of course there's a lot of opportunities that's occurring. As Ivan, you just mentioned, the edge data center is growing to be closer to the urban centers. So can you share maybe a bit more insights? What are the impact that it will create to the infrastructures and market, the dynamics globally?
Well, the shift towards edge is actually resulting in a big evolution in the infrastructure. We are moving from traditionally large centralized data centers to more distributed architecture. This distributed architecture is actually, the need for this architecture is being here because of various industries like autonomous vehicles, entertainment industry, healthcare, and so on. And also, being closer to edge, we of course lower the latency, and we move the computing power closer to the users. For these kind of edge solutions, we need some kind of flexible and scalable solutions to make the infrastructure. Also, with the edge solutions, we can provide some kind of additional benefits. For example, they have lower power consumption, so it is much easier to install, for example, solar systems on site rather than purchasing renewable energy through power purchase agreements or PPAs. So this partially improves the sustainability of the solution, but also releases the stress from the grid. And this move towards edge is actually seen in most of the countries, I suppose in Poland as well. If not already, it will for sure.
Yes, as Ivan, you just mentioned, the scalability and flexibility is very important, and it is showing in the Polish market as well. So Piotr, from the design's perspective, what are the impacts that you're seeing?
Yeah, so it was mentioned that this edge data center, the smaller one, and it must be installed closer to center of the city. So it's kind of the challenge for the installation, because the site which is available, it is very likely that it is more digested, it is more squeezed. Yeah, so it is a challenge for the construction. So we've got we try to shorten the time of the construction, and for that case, it is much more better solution to use containerized solution, prefabricated, because in that case, we can shorten the time of the construction. We can also make it much more efficient regarding human resources. Yeah, that's much better solution for the installation in the data center, in the center of the city. Regarding the installation in the center of the city, we've got also some benefits. We know that all data center needs quite a lot of energy, yeah? And all of this energy is transformed from electric power to thermal energy, and we can just but this parameter of this energy is very low. I mean the temperature, and it is very difficult just to transport this energy. But when the data center is located in the center of the city, we can just use this, this energy, which is just green energy in that case, which is very easy to sell because now it is very modern, but not only modern, it is just our need just to use as much as it is possible green energy. So yes, in that case, we can say that this containerized solution, which is repeatable, which is installed in the center of the city, is good solution.
Piotr, thank you for sharing your perspective from the design's point of view. But I'm also curious, Radoslav, what is your point of view as a business owner?
If we are talking about the edge solution, means that the data center edge in the city center. But we have to remember, I will be boring. Sorry for that I'm so boring and talking only about environmental. Because here in Poland, according to environmental law, we have 45 dB of noise level, which we cannot cross during the night, and 55 during the day. But unfortunately, our data centers are working constantly, both day and night. So we cannot just, turn off some air condition during the night, like it's in the office. In the data center, it's impossible. That's why we have to be very careful, and we have to talk with the local municipality or even on the central level with the government regarding the environmental law, because it's not familiar for our businesses and it's not familiar to go ahead.
Definitely. I think these are the challenges we need to occur, especially that the Polish data center market is actually booming. So reflecting on this growth, Michał, can you share with us, what are the unique factors that makes this, expansion in Poland, and what are the challenges that it brings?
Yes, so regarding Polish market concerning data center, I think we should right now talk about the three areas. First, we have to talk about our potential and clear facts we have. Later, we have to talk also about the development and also about the challenges. Concerning this first portion, I have to say that we are a very attractive market because we have to all be proud in Poland. We are 6th biggest economy in Europe. We are 6th biggest territory in Europe, and we are 6th biggest population in Europe, 3 times 6. Moving forward, when we look from Central Eastern Europe, we are #1. So when we will add to this unique, let's say, approach from our side, when we will add really booming market with the economy, when we see that we have quite good labor costs, when we look that we have still access to very good specialists, I think we are a very attractive place for investments. And this is what we observe. Really, a lot of international companies invest in Poland in different sectors and try to build kind of the hubs, central support for region like EMEA or even to the world. So this is the reason also big co-location companies, international companies invest a lot last few years in Poland. It is like 30 megawatt. We as Delta Electronics were part of this delivery. Thanks for that. And for sure, we are proud that already we were able to, let's say, increase our capacity from 90 to 120 megawatt. And we expect that this market will grow 10-15% per year. Then, of course, challenges, I think it was mentioned many times, maybe, difficulties to connect to the grid, that we have to pay for it, even if land is still available and quite cheap. And then maybe we can expect some turbulences concerning new green transformation, which is coming from EU. We will see, because our, of course, unfortunately, production of energy is mostly based on coal. So those are the challenges. But from other side, we can be optimistic because 5G, this is something also what will come. And this is why we are here and talk about already different type of data center to support our customers.
Indeed, Michal, I think from a solution provider's point of view, these are the challenges and the opportunities that we see. Radoslav, is there any challenges you see you want to reflect according to what Michal just shared?
Yeah, the biggest challenge is here in Poland to find the piece of land with a good power for that and to connect our data center to this power. Of course, for the edge solution, it's not so complicated, but for the big data center with, of course, modular technology, because we can connect to the modular gensets or power modules as a modules. So current design is together with Arup, we are doing this modularity. It's our, let's say, first word in design. But to find a good place with enough power to connect, so that is the biggest challenge here in Poland. And of course, we're a little bit optimistic because currently our national energy provider, PEC, they sent two days ago, they published the new document and they want to put a lot of money for the distribution of energy. So I hope they will be fix this problem. The second challenge is, of course, the labor market. So we are fighting for the good people. I have the best team in the world here in Atman, and we, together with Magda, we are have a special project that we are enjoying our colleagues from the secondary school in our data center. I mean, we are showing him what is the internet. You know, for the young people going to inside the data center and be inside the internet. Internet. It's not only Wi-Fi. It's not only the cell phone. It's real. It's a building. It's a server room, and genset and everything. It's good, but we have to think about it. And please, everybody, my Polish colleagues, send your kids to the technical school, please, because we need the employees.
Yeah, talent is, of course, definitely needed, especially for some future opportunities like Michal, you just mentioned 5G is coming. So what are the market evolution you think it will create, the impact that will happen in the Polish market?
Yes, concerning 5G, we are, let's say, on the telecom market already 20 years in Poland, as long as Delta Poland exists here on the market. And what we see, 5G just started. It happened already Q4 last year, after our telecom operators received frequencies. So right now they are, let's say, develop this opportunity, installing especially kind of the radio or update the 5G radio. And it is just the answer that it is still not a real 5G, which we are waiting for. We expect that in near future, as the next steps, when this really Industry 4.0, 5.0, artificial intelligence will come, then we will need to increase our density, cut latency, so then we expect to really have investments in this area. And what is very important, which is quite unique still compared to the European countries, is that our telecom operators, they represent quite significant also, let's say, portion of the business concerning data center. They're in top 10. And when we count that we have 65% approximately occupancy, we can really rely that in very dynamic age development, we will have to think about the really prefabricated, ready to sell, modular, and also other solution which is really ready to be installed immediately. So yes, we expect that this will come, and on the next Data Center Nation probably we'll have some nice, good examples. What is very important to mention still is that our telecom operators, they have a lot of very nice buildings located in the city centers. And those buildings are today empty after COVID. So a lot of them already think how to use them, really transferring these offices into data center, using even modular approach today.
Yes, indeed, these modular approach is echoing to the 5G trend, and I think good news is that Delta actually is already on this trend already and have a full solution. So, Michał, can you share with us a bit more? What are the solutions, like future-proof designs that we have ready at Delta?
Yes, so we really pay a very big attention to offer unique products, concentrating, of course, on the most possible efficiency. And we are market leader concerning power supply system AC and DC, as a UPSs and DC voltage, including 400 DC, where we have also a lot of installations in Europe, already in Poland. So when we add our own brand Lion batteries, when we will add DCIM system as a monitoring, then free cooling systems during the design of prefabricated containerized data center, it will bring us a lot of benefits, and those are our really big portion of the offer. And then also we try to, let's say, follow our mission, smarter, greener together of Delta Electronics. So we always try to add green. And we have such kind of installation for one of our telecom operators, where we have UPSs with the total power 1 megawatt connected with photovoltaic system, and we use this solution to discharge the batteries using our solar inverters, but also we produce energy when sun is shining. So having also Ivan and his team located in Croatia, and also very experienced team in Poland, we really are ready to support our customers with full total solution of different applications concerning data center.
Indeed, it's very exciting to hear that there's already real implementations here already in Poland, but I believe there is more in EMEA. So Ivan, perhaps there's a few more examples that you can share with us?
Yes, I would like to represent some of the Delta innovative solutions through some real cases in our projects. So in fact, with some 3 small examples. First example is for a customer actually in Benelux region, who is a fiber optic provider. They have a need in every 70 to 80 kilometers to have a fiber optic node and to have a containerized solution. So here Delta provided them a prefabricated option, and to actually improve the sustainability, we have pre-installed solar system on the roof with Delta's inverters, and by that actually improved the energy efficiency. Also, these fiber optic nodes, we have multiple of them. We are talking about dozens, even hundreds at the end. And the customer had a big challenge how to access all those sites without a key or card, because from the logistic perspective, it's quite complex. So for all these sites, we have actually implemented a smart access control system where only with a mobile phone you can access each doors, each rack inside the modular solution with just one click. Second example is from France, from a leading telecom infrastructure provider, where we also, for their needs, constructed a prefabricated modular data center solution. And what is quite specific is that we integrated a unique product from Delta called Rectiverter. And this power system can actually provide both AC and DC power to the IT equipment. And this is also very, very interesting for edge sites where we still don't know what kind of equipment will be installed. So with this Rectiverter, we can provide DC and AC from single power system. Last example is from one of our standard products, which is called Zubas Node. So here we have actually with, let's say, smart design of the cooling system, we have scaled up the level of prefabrication, and we have managed to pre-install the cooling system totally in the facility, pre-tested, and actually the whole solution is being shipped on the site with the cooling system already installed. So there is no need for any installation of the condensers, piping, anything like that. So everything is already prefabricated and pre-tested. So basically, these are 3 examples that I wanted to show. These innovative solutions were actually a key element in Delta's strategy to adapt the modular data centers.
Yes, Ivan, as you mentioned that this is a key strategy that we're focusing on a lot. So can you maybe elaborate a bit what is the rationale behind why we choose modular data center as a focus and what are the key benefits and solutions that it would bring to our customers?
Yes, well, I mean, at the beginning of our discussion, we discussed about some challenges that we have in our industry, like limited power grid connections, shortage of skilled personnel, and similar. And in fact, Delta's adoption of modular data centers are a direct answer to all of these challenges. So I will point out three main benefits, at least from my perspective, that I see for the modular data centers. First, they are customizable. So they are customized and tailored for each specific needs for each customer. So they are tailored for each specific site, for each specific climate conditions, for different technical requirements, and similar to actually fit its purpose. Second benefit, which I would point out, is that they're scalable. So the design can be made in order to scale as you grow. If we are talking about large hyperscale data centers, as we have an example here from Atman, so we produce power modules, which can then be deployed at the traditional data centers, and the power can be scaled when needed. But also, all-in-one data centers can also be designed in a way to be scalable. So in this way, we actually avoid any overhead, and we minimize the capital investment. And the third benefit is that they are actually easy and fast to deploy. So these prefabricated modular data centers are pre-designed, pre-tested at Delta's facility, and after that they are shipped to final site. So we also ensure that the quality is very high here, and the site installation is really minimized. So once the modular data center comes to the site, for the commissioning you need only a few weeks. We are not talking about months or even years here like for other data centers. So in general, this, let's say, adoption of modular data centers are a direct answer to the challenges of the market.
Indeed, like as Ivan mentioned, the three key benefits, the customizable, scalable, and easy to deploy is indeed the biggest benefits of the modular data centers. Perhaps Piotr, from your design perspective, are there other benefits you would like to address on this modular data center trend?
Yeah, so of course, regarding, for example, bigger data center, when you've got big project, everybody try to, anybody when somebody has got big problem, try to divide it into smaller one, and that's the same in the designing. Yeah, so when we've got big data center, we try to divide them into smaller parts, and in that case, you've got more time just for the find solution for the smaller part, focus on the proper equipment, materials. Yes, so in that case, the solutions are better. And also we can avoid much more mistakes and make it more efficient. And in that case, also the whole arrangement is scalable. So instead of every time start from the scratch designing, we can just use the same module many times and repeat it, and not only in the same site, but even use them for the other one, because the next one is maybe bigger, smaller, but we can, instead of, I don't know, 3 modules, we can use 6 of them. So this is just very easy solution to repeat. Yes, so this is one of the advantage of the modular system. And of course, for the bigger data center, it is not possible just to provide every prefabricated, but in bigger data center, we can, for example, provide power blocks as a module, as a prefabricated. And for the smaller data center, we can arrange and provide the whole data center as a one containerized prefabricated solution, which, as was mentioned before, is much better from the construction point of view. It is just shorter time, shorter. It can be very better tested in factory, yeah, which is not only equipment tested but whole system.
Thank you, Piotr, to share your thoughts from the design's perspective. Perhaps Radoslav, from your real practice as in the business, is there anything you would like to share?
Yes, of course. For me, the modularity is the best solution for the maintenance and operation. Why? Because I can choose this different supplier. I can use Delta, I can use the second, third, or even fifth of supplier, and I can replace. Of course, when it is properly designed, and after a few years, I can change the power module from one supplier to another. And that is the biggest opportunity from the operational point of view. And so that's it.
Thank you, Radoslav, for sharing your view, and thank you to our panelists today. I think we had a great discussion on this modular data center topic. We started off to discuss the global trends, and then we come down to what's the focus for the Polish market and what are the opportunities and challenges, and we come back to the solution, what Delta is able to offer. So also to our audience here, thank you very much for joining us today. I think we still have a few minutes here, so is there any questions that you would like to address to our panelists?
No.
It's a bit of a biased question. In other discussions today, we've heard about AI, let's say the power consumption levels that are changing within the data center environments, moving from what used to be 2, 8, 10 kilowatt racks to 70 kilowatt racks. Some people even claiming as high as 200. So, Ivan, what is Delta's strategy with respects to full modular solutions for the megawatt applications?
So when we are talking about large applications, if we are, for example, talking about hyperscale data centers, then we can provide power modules up to 2 megawatts. So we are talking about 1 megawatts in parallel with efficiency larger than 97%, a lithium-ion battery with power backup up to 10 minutes. It is all in just one container. But if we are talking in general about an all-in-one data center, so the modularized prefabricated data center are nothing different than traditional data centers, which are brick and stone. So any kind of technology that is actually integrated in the traditional data center can be prefabricated as well and provided to the customer based on specific needs.
Thank you, Ivan. So again, thank you very much, gentlemen, for your wonderful discussion today.
Thank you.
And thank you, everybody, for participating. Wish you a nice day. Goodbye.